Hi, High Tops. I'm Marcus motherfucking Boston, the producer of High Off the Glass with O the Great.
Hey, everybody. I'm O the Great. That's Hater Boston over there. Hey, guys, thank you for checking out the show. We love you guys for paying attention to it. Please continue to do so at...
Follow the show on Instagram at High Off the Glass, on the Twitter at _glass, and that the is THA.
There it is. And myself, O the Great, OTHA Great. That's where we got the name from. On Twitter, OTHA Great _IG.
Follow the show on Facebook at High Off the Glass, and email the show with your dreams, hopes, and suggestions at highofftheglass@gmail, and that the is THA.
And we will read them. Check us out. He's a hater.
Please subscribe to the show. Okay, that's enough for me. Definitely enough for O. Enjoy the show.
I will be back. All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, kids, tall, small, white, black, Asian, brown, yellow, everybody in between, welcome back to another episode of High Off the Glass. Hello, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Oh, thank you. Oh, my God. It's so nice to hear from you guys. I know. Thank you. Again, oh, my, wait, I thought you could, oh, my goodness. Again? Wow, they love me today. I am, thank you guys for coming back to High Off the Glass. Hater Boston, you can shake your head all you want to, but my crowd loves me and I love them back. I want to say hello to my guest today. We have another returning, what should I call the guest for this show? I want to give y'all like a cool name. I don't know, basketball assassin. No, I got to mix it between.
Returning High Top.
I thought the High Tops were the listeners, though. I thought the High Tops were the listeners. The guests. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The guests need another name. Yeah.
Yeah, we figure stuff.
I see how you love how you always push the High Tops. I feel you. What is it? We're going to come up with a cool name for y'all. We got Slick in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Slick is back. Thank you, sir, for joining the episode. I wanted to have you back. You were here last time. You were here for the NFL preview episode. It was a great experience. I'm glad you were here with Mr. Rodney Michael and Coach Hill. And you look so, you seem so not too much, but I felt like there was some issues you wanted to get off, so I wanted you to get it off. And another thing you kept saying the whole goddamn show was, give him a mic, give Coach Hill a mic. I couldn't give Coach Hill a mic, man. Yeah. We only had 3, bro. Yeah, he was just here as a spectator.
Yeah, the sideline talking was getting kind of irritating, so...
Cowgirl fans in general.
Yeah, man, my guy came up here with the Dorset jersey, and the other guy Rodney, he came up in here with the debit card with the star on it and was hype about that bullshit. It is what, but you know what though, man? Hey, they
did that shit, but that was
real. And he was just so loud and hype with it, man.
You use that as a clip,
but you know what though, man? Hey, there's some loyal Cowboy fans, but boy, them motherfuckers is obnoxious.
Yeah, to the highest degree.
Jeez.
Yeah, like cowgirl fans are the
like
worst.
A debit card with a star on it, dog. Anybody can get that shit,
for real, anybody. You can get a giant one. Man, you can get one with the G-Man. I'm surprised he ain't got it. Like,
I was like, if you do like a hype man, a bunch of teams on one card.
Right, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, they got options like that and shit, man.
Yeah. Wait, no, hold on. No, real talk. You can get multiple teams on one card?
I wouldn't necessarily say multiple. You say you can?
Like, we do like an NBA team and like an NFL team.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can mix it like that. I feel like when you get those cards, it's only like one team.
Man,
I don't think you can get multiple.
Besides that, he was a little bit too hype about having a star on his damn card.
He's just hyped.
He was jumping up and down. I get it, man.
Shout out to Rodney Michael. Shout out to Coach Hill.
Shout out to Rodney and Coach Hill, man. Damn Cowboy
still ain't playing
fans.
no damn body, but they
playing y'all song.
No, yeah, we're gonna beat the brakes off of them. I think that's
I think
around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 weeks from now.
Yeah, right around Thanksgiving, we play them. I think the Sunday before Thanksgiving, we play them. So we're gonna beat the brakes off of them too.
That's gonna be a fun game to watch, though.
For real.
Is it in Foxborough? Probably. Like always, yeah. It is. It probably is. It definitely is.
Look it up.
It probably is.
Hater.
Y'all get
look
that.
Up, Patriots schedule. See if they play where they play the Cowgirls at.
Them big games, man. They gonna play them in Foxborough.
No, they don't get all their games at home. They don't get all big games at home.
Most of the time they do.
I feel like when we should.
Yeah, I just win. It's cool.
When we played the AFC Championship game, where was that at? Oh yeah, okay.
When
we played them in the regular season.
Okay.
I feel like that was in the regular season in KC too.
Mm-hmm. No, not this year.
No, last year.
The year before last.
It might have been I think it was in Foxborough, but no, not every big game is always in Foxborough.
Man, most of it.
Foxborough.
I knew it.
Like the Cowgirls.
Thank you.
11-24. Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
At Patriots.
Yeah. That's gonna be a W.
Big game.
Yeah.
At Foxborough.
Hater, have you followed?
Just like I said.
Oh wow.
It is what it is.
Have you followed any? What is it? Giants, G-Men, any this year at all?
I mean, Saquon fucked up, and the white boy looked alright.
Damn, the white boy look alright, man. Daniel Jones.
He just kind of summed it up perfectly, in that little half a sentence.
All the trash in the world. So.
Yeah, and it was the Bucks.
Saquon fucked up in the white boy,
and it was the Bucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you,
right though,
the Buccaneers, the Buccaneers actually lost that game because they missed that field goal. I mean, we
gave them that game.
Yeah, they still, they'll still be like they wouldn't have won the game, man.
Yeah,
it definitely should be 0-3.
I think your team. You know what? I don't even want to go there. I'm gonna start at the obvious place.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna start in the obvious place of. I was watching this movie last night.
Oh,
it was. It's called Waiting.
Waiting.
It has an interesting cast.
Mm-hmm.
Stars Ryan Reynolds,
who
everybody you just know him as the Deadpool guy now.
Right.
It's got Justin Long.
Mm-hmm.
What movie did he really come out? I think I don't know. Justin Long been in so many damn movies. I'm not about to go by his IMDb or whatever the fuck it's called.
So what was the point you're trying to get to?
Anyway, I was watching that movie. Mm-hmm. And I got shout out to my boy Shea McBride. He's in it too. He's like the only brother in the movie. Luz Guzman. He's in it. It's really good. And I was watching it, and it came out in 2004. Y'all remember? Y'all never seen Waiting?
This just sounds horrible.
No, but you seen it though, right?
No,
you never seen it. Okay,
I never seen it.
I seen it.
You ain't never seen it before? Me either. Okay,
it's a classic.
Right. Okay.
Me and my people was about 06. We used to watch the shit out of it. 05.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was our movie. We get blowed and drunk and watch that.
Oh wow.
And there was this part. There was this part in this movie, right? And the Shea McBride, shout out to him. He was the fucking he was the dishwasher at the restaurant. All takes place at a restaurant. Everybody, mostly in the movie, they're either servers or they work in the kitchen. Shea McBride was a dishwasher, and everybody would go to him with their problems. Like he was like the restaurant guru, the help everybody. He was a psychologist for everybody. Justin Long, the main dude of the movie, he goes to him with his problem. He says, and when dude starts to talk about his problem, he cuts him off. He starts telling him about how when Luis Guzman's character came to the restaurant, he came up with the dick showing game.
Oh no!
And the dick showing game, how that worked was you had to pull your shit out, and and this was all between the dudes in the show. You know what I'm saying? Now, before Luis Guzman got there, the show was going down. You know what I'm saying? Everything was, the restaurant was going down. Morale was going down. I'm going to make a point. I'm going to make my point. You're going to find me. I know.
We waiting for it.
I'm taking forever because it's my motherfucking show. I can do that.
Oh, right.
I can do that. So I'm going to take it. But y'all follow me at the end, you'll get my point. So before Luis Guzman got there, the restaurant was going downhill. Servers weren't making good tips. Morale was going down. Luis Guzman gets there. He comes up with the dick showing game. People start having fun at work. Morale goes up. Tips start going up. Restaurant gets more customers. Luis Guzman's character turned the restaurant around off the dick showing game. He tells, but don't tell Justin Long's character, the star of the movie, you need to come up with your own dick showing game. You need to come up with something that'll change your shit, you know what I'm saying, and change the trajectory, of what you're doing and in your life. And he doesn't get it at first because he doesn't tell him. He has to figure it out. By the end of the movie, of course, he figures it out. You know what I'm saying? And I love that analogy, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like with this show that I've created with the help of my producer, Hater Boston, this is kind of like my dick showing game. You know, this is literally it. You know what I'm saying? This is my dick showing game.
Can I go get another drink?
Huh?
Can I go get another drink?
No, not right now.
Because I'm gonna need it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need it. I mean, we went from football to dick showing, and right on, Marcus. Right on, bro.
This is my game.
Lee, man.
This is my game.
Oh man, okay, man.
And this is how I change it.
Oh man.
This is how I've changed. You know, the trajectory of my life with this right here.
Could you please grab that wild cherry Pepsi, please?
You know what I'm saying?
Right on, Marcus.
You don't get nothing what I'm saying, do you?
I was following you until you know the dick showing, but it's all good, man. Like I said, the Patriots get the Patriots.
Shout out to the makers of the movie Waiting.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check that shit out, man. Like I said, man, the Patriots get most of the big games, at home. I mean, it's cool, man. It's all good.
You don't get.
I get it.
You
man.
don't get the point at all.
I get. Oh yeah, I get it, dog.
Not at all, y'all.
Okay.
Not at all, folks. All right, here's the other thing. The Patriots are going to just, we're running through everybody. I know we haven't played anybody yet, but we're gonna run through the NFL and definitely the AFC. The only competition we have
is Kansas City.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all it is.
It, yeah.
It's really Kansas City. I think will San Diego figure it out? I don't know. And I'm gonna still call them. So let
me ask you this: Sunday, excuse me, when you all play, right on. Thank you. When you all play Buffalo, what's your final score?
Oh, when we play Buffalo?
Yeah.
Buffalo's going to play us tough because here's the thing. Y'all always love to talk shit about the AFC East and we ain't shit and da-da-da-da.
Well, it's weak.
But we always have another team in our division that's something, and it's usually Buffalo. Buffalo has been in the playoffs here recently. Buffalo's put together a team. Granted, their team with that Nate Peterson or whatever the hell he was, that was a horrible team. But usually, every couple of years, they have a playoff team. They don't miss the playoffs too often.
Yeah, they do.
And they
do.
They're the only team. They're the only team in our division that hasn't won a championship. Everybody else in our division has won a championship.
Oh, listen,
so,
man,
come on now.
They have not been in the playoffs besides, I think, 2015 or 16. Before that, they ain't been in the playoffs in a decade, bro. A decade.
Who, Buffalo?
Buffalo, yes.
No, Buffalo was they were just in the playoffs.
Right, but before that.
What you said before that?
Before that, it was almost like a decade, man. 12-something years, man.
It wasn't that long of a drought.
I think it was.
I put money on that.
I put money on that, too.
I put $5 on that.
Okay. You want to check on that right now?
Let's bet that.
Bet that. Okay, now cool.
They had it.
Okay. Who's looking it up? Me, Marcus, or you?
Shit, he ain't here, so
okay.
It's probably gonna be you.
I got you.
So you saying it was before when they went to the playoffs here recently, I think 2 years ago. Before that, you saying it was a 12-year drought that they weren't in the playoffs.
It's 12 or 13.
I should have bet you more money. Bet that.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll keep going on, but to me, there's another AFC team. I want to talk about the lower rung teams of the AFC that are gonna come up that people aren't thinking about. Because you know what? Somebody talk about Indy and give Jacoby some props. Because come on, man.
Here you go, man.
Yeah, man. Give Jacoby some props,
and the only reason why you saying that because he used to play with the Patriots in that system.
That's right.
So what's next?
He's Joe.
What's next? Jimmy G in San Francisco. That's what we doing because he used to play for the Patriots too. That system,
they
that
are
great coaching,
They are undefeated.
Right until they meet us.
They are undefeated
until they meet us.
True, but and they barely. Pittsburgh barely beat them. They beat them about 20-24.
Yeah,
last week.
That was what San Francisco was actually blowing them out, and Pittsburgh was trying to pitch a comeback, man.
And that little backup they had, Mason. What's his name? Mason Crosby.
Yeah,
he looked like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he been in school for a little minute.
Yeah, so he didn't look like he was fledgling out there. I just still think, and I'm gonna bring it back to it just because it need to be brought back to it. All these starting quarterbacks that have gone down so quickly, we're going to keep hearing this because it still hasn't happened yet. Why can't Colin get a few reps? At least let a team bring him in and see what he can do, and then say no, because that means okay, we at least looked at him. His skills weren't up to par, and he couldn't do what we need him to do. But maybe another team can. The last team to do that was fucking Seattle. That was the last team to do that, and that was what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Good God. Nobody he can't get a call? What does that say?
Go ahead and read it. Now that was published that was put up on the net and published in 2017.
18 years?
Exactly.
God bless it. Son of a
I told man, you ain't been seeing them in the playoffs. You know, if you've been a Patriot fan that long, you know you have not seen your division rival in the playoffs like that.
I have. I've seen them in the playoffs
2 years ago. Before that win.
Okay, they had Mario Williams. Who else? I want to say.
Man, no.
Shit, I thought I seen them in there.
Hell no. Nah.
But they've been decent, and they always play us tough.
Listen, man.
Our teams. The only one that don't is probably the Jets. But the Jets did when they had Rex Ryan. When they had Rex Ryan, they played the shit out of us.
Right.
But Miami always plays us tough, and Buffalo always plays us tough. And Miami always gets that little sneak win on us when we go down there. I don't know. It almost happens every other year.
For the past 18 years before 2017,
that's the truth.
You have not seen them boys in there. They in your division. If they in your division, you gonna know that your rivals in the playoffs. We always know when Seattle's in there, whether we in there or not. Period. You just know.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially if you play them twice a year.
Yeah.
You know. So
whatever. All right. So you know who else? I think.
Don't forget my $5. Can I get a round of applause on that? Can I get one of them?
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Right on, man.
I got you.
Appreciate it.
Let me get one. There we go. Yeah, here's your fucking round of applause. That's what you get on that, though. Fuck.
That's fucked up.
I don't know what the hell you had thought. I don't know what you had thought. But look, you know what? I want to bring it back to.
That was funny.
Yeah, right. I want to bring it over to the basketball side of it. What did you think of? You know what? No, I ain't gonna ask you that because I don't know. You know what? You like basketball, but I
college ball.
Yeah, I feel
college ball. I'm about to say, I fuck with the NBA in the playoffs.
You low key hate on
who?
On basketball.
I hate on the refs in basketball that be making the game weak. Okay. I don't hate on the players. You know what I'm saying? I have favorite players. I don't have favorite teams. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with the NBA, you know, in the playoffs, man. Okay. I mean, that's why I know, that shit's serious. Because I think a lot of them or whatever, they cash out or whatever. They're not playing as hard.
Well, let me ask you this: did you? I can probably ask you this then. What did you think of the FIBA, the World Cup, FIBA World Cup basketball? What did you think about that and our poor performance?
I think that the foreign countries, when it comes to basketball, they're just getting better. That's all it is.
Yeah.
If we would have had more talent,
that's the number one thing I think.
Yeah. I'm about to say because they're talking about now. I think in what in the next World Cup, they're supposed to have LeBron, Clay, and Steph in there. All of them said that they will compete in there. So if
all of them, I just heard Steph commit to it.
Well, LeBron considering it, and Clay was talking about it'd be a dream for him to play in it.
Okay.
They got more championship experience, more leadership.
Yeah.
I just think, what I'm saying, the Europeans, the foreign cats, they're just getting better. That's all it is, man.
I think they've gotten better to a certain extent because there's so much more of them in the NBA. So of course they've gotten better.
Yeah.
But the overall factor always is we just don't give our best talent. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we give our absolute best talent, we've always won. When we've couldn't get the best guy, so we got the third best, or the fourth best, and did that all the way down, that's when we lose.
Some of them cats be tired and be wanting to rest. They don't be wanting to after the NBA season.
I'm not mad at that.
Especially if you in the playoffs and you make a deep run in the playoffs,
right?
And don't let you win championship. Man, they gonna want to chill. They ain't gonna want. We're gonna play basketball for the World Cup again.
Yeah,
against these Europeans.
I just got finished hooping,
right? Yeah. I'm about to celebrate and kick it with my fam.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. So, but I just think the Europeans. I think them cats got better, man.
You know what? Too, they again. That's the second point, but the main thing is we don't put out our best. I watch and I love how they only really take the Olympics serious. Like the country, we as a country don't take the World Cup shit serious, and soccer maybe, you know what I'm saying, but soccer's not that big here. But all the Pan Am games, all them games that aren't Olympics, people are like, oh, okay, but nobody really. You don't make your name and your bread. The only thing you make your name and your bread off of for real is the Olympics. So all those guys, when it comes at the 2020, I think the next one's in Tokyo. they're going to be playing in that, because they're going to want to rep. You know what I'm saying? Even if they had to go to a championship season, I think they are going to play.
So even if they get to, the finals and whether they win it or not, you talking about they're going to go ahead and compete in the Olympics.
The only player I see that would probably not play in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, if they made it to the championship round and won it or lost it, the only player I would see do that would be LeBron.
Why would you say that?
Listen, damn, let me finish. Shit, I ain't even done.
I knew you was gonna say LeBron.
Exactly, LeBron or somebody who's like kind of hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or hurt. Like if it's a big name player that's kind of hurt, just got finished playing in the finals, they're not playing in no Olympics.
I don't think Steph would, even if he came off the finals.
I think he might, but he's not going to the finals next year anyway, so he's good.
That's a lot of basketball, man.
True, but
that's
he's not
a lot
doing
of basketball.
But the main reason I say LeBron, for the obvious reason, he's the oldest fucking player. Like, dude,
true, very
like,
true.
He about to be 35 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He value his rest more than anybody. This man know how to take 2 week breaks in the middle of the season now. You know what I mean? He know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So he needs that rest.
I wanted to ask you what you think about those sanctions that the NCAA placed against Kansas, the football team and the basketball team. Wow. Now mind you, Les Miles, who was at LSU, got fired. Had went to Kansas, and I think they got like a 2-1 record. So they start off this season pretty good, but now these sanctions against Kansas with the NCAA, that's it's kind of deep, man. So how you feel about that? You heard anything about it?
To be honest with you, that's an awesome question, but I didn't know about that. I was going to ask you about something else that had to do with the NCAA, but I'm glad you hit me with that.
Yeah.
What had happened enlightened me. I didn't know that they both programs, football and basketball?
Yeah, they had some recruiting violations, and then I think Bill Self, he had a recruit that was supposed to play, but he was ineligible because of, I think his family might took some money or whatever. They might have paid some money to his family. His name started with a D. I really can't pronounce it, but I think he's from Nigeria. I think.
Okay.
But one of those foreign countries. But
yeah, I got an opinion on it.
It was the so something anyway.
Yeah.
But he was like a highly, touted recruit, and allegedly Kansas must have been paying their family, just to get him there. I mean, it's the same with Reggie Bush at USC,
right? And that was Self doing that. That was Bill Self doing it,
or his assistants.
Okay,
but I'm pretty sure he knew. Right? Okay. I'm pretty sure he knew.
Yeah, probably.
But he denied those claims and shit like that.
Okay, here's the thing, and I'm so glad you brought that up. Whether it be basketball or football, what do you expect these coaches and these assistant coaches and these athletic directors to do? They see a kid coming to their school, playing for their school, playing for their team. This kid has, next to nothing. Family has next to nothing.
Living in poverty.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Living in, poverty. Some living right above it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Some doing a little bit better than that. And you see that all these people could use is just a little help. Because they're already working hard, they're already doing this and already doing that. You're a university or a college. You have like millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars on hand to pay for literally whatever the fuck. You can explain it away in any type of expense account. So you expect these people to take these people's children and supposedly teach them, but not really, just for them to play a sport. And you expect them to give their all and play real hard while they know mom and dad is still suffering, or dad is still suffering, or mom is still suffering, and they got such and such.
Whoever's suffering in the family.
Exactly. Grandmama, auntie who's taking care of me, you know what I'm saying? And I got all these brothers and sisters, or I don't, and we was just trying to make it. And you expect these college coaches who have millions of dollars on hand not to circumvent some type of way to get funds to that family.
Right.
Come on, man. Y'all can. The thing that I never liked about Pete Carroll is how he escaped that shit at USC. Since you brought him up,
Yeah,
he escaped that, and everybody else caught the heat for that except for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody else did. He escaped to Seattle. That was his escape hatch. You know what I'm saying? And Reggie caught it. USC caught it. All that, the AD caught it. All them people caught it except for him because I'm going to the Pacific Northwest. And but I got to give Pete a little bit of props because he saw that family needed some help and he helped them out.
I mean,
you know
yeah.
So,
I mean, he may have jumped ship, but it's just like if you got the opportunity, to go to the league where you started off at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you already, made your mark in the college game.
Mm-hmm.
The national championships and all the recruits and, how big USC was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he didn't want to stick around because you remember when he left and they placed those sanctions, those violations on USC, they was postseason banned for about like 2 or 3 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think like 2 years.
This man had to get back his trophy.
Exactly. And I wouldn't have gave it back. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, as much money he made USC that year, those couple years that he was there, I wouldn't have gave it back.
Right. Y'all kiss my ass.
But Pete Kerr, it was getting hot. He had to jump ship. I mean, but then again, he made his mark there. You know what I'm saying? He brought him the money, brought him the recruits and the TV deals and all that shit.
Right. But it's not about that solely alone. The bigger picture is you punish coaches or athletic programs for providing these people with funds
because it's against the rules in the NCAA. Yeah, man,
that
it is
greedy
crazy
as shit.
Yeah.
You know what? I know going on currently in our society, there's a strike going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a strike in the workforce because people are sick and fucking tired of big companies taking all the fucking money and not passing it down. We have that in the workforce right now. I think GM workers, I heard they're on strike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I pray that they get everything that they're supposed to get and more.
I pray that they get that too.
Because those people, I got family that work there. Them people bust they fucking ass
every day.
You know what I'm saying?
6 days a week.
Like they put 6 days a week and put in work. Don't get to see their families, but just be out there grinding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all across the country. You know what I'm saying? 46,000 workers. So I pray those people get what they deserve because Lord knows they deserve it. Yeah. So the same thing with the NC double fucking A. You mean to tell me you can punish a school and punish an individual for paying someone who's legitimately needed it, legitimately needed the money to fucking eat? You know what? I swear to God, I like people like Killer Mike, and I like people like T.I. and folks like that who just want to flip the way this shit is right now because the way it's constructed is fucked up. And we talked about this at my barbershop, Supreme Cuts on Delmore. If my son, because he wanted the football coach wanted him, he went out there for one practice. They were like, "Boom, yeah, you can come on the team," but he couldn't because we didn't get his one thing wasn't done in time. His what's the health thing called? The physical. The physical wasn't done in time. I didn't know about it. He didn't even know he wanted to play football till he saw his boys doing it. Then he wanted to do it. So the coach wanted him. But we couldn't do it. And all I'm saying is, if my son gets good enough, because he used to play football back in the day, he's a natural athlete. He can play any sport. If he gets good enough to get picked up by any D1 school, I promise you, that boy's going to an HBCU. That's where the fuck he's going. We need to flip this construct of how college athletics and professional athletics are. It's too much in favor of these corporations and a few people up top, and nothing trickles down to us. This shit is retarded.
And you know
what the fuck?
And I'm gonna tell you this.
Jesus,
and the reason why is that is because a lot of those big institutions have more to offer than some of these HBCUs. Now, I totally agree with what you're saying about going to HBCU, but if you do have like a Kansas, a Duke, or North Carolina, or Michigan, you know what I'm saying, and you going on a campus visit and stuff like that, they're gonna have some shit that's gonna blow your mind and your parents' mind and whoever else that's with you on that college visit. Now, I get what you're saying. I encourage them to go to HBCU. That would be dope. But you gotta understand, a lot of highly touted recruits or whatnot, these cats be wanting to win championships and have the best chance to go to the NFL. So, a 5-star recruit, he's gonna go to Bama. I mean, he's been seeing Bama win in are competing for a national championship or a conference championship for the past decade. He's also seeing the cats at his position or other positions on the team when they get drafted. They getting drafted in the first fucking round.
Okay, so you mean to tell me that if you go to an HBCU, you think you won't get seen? Because if you
not,
have talent,
not,
you know you get found.
Right.
You know that.
You gotta understand. But versus those big time, those blue blood schools, no, you're not.
You'll still get found.
You'll get found. But
what
I'm saying, you may not get as much attention, exposure. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those, if you go to a big time school or one of those blue blood schools, or that's dominating, you know what I'm saying, the game, your name's going to get out there faster than what you would in a small school.
Of course, Slick.
Right.
So, of course, Slick, but you know what you're thinking?
What?
You're thinking 2019.
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking 2029.
Okay.
And how it can be in 5-10 years.
Okay. How it could be.
How
right.
it could be. Because, look, here's the thing. Because you sound like a couple of cats in the barbershop agreed and understood what I was saying.
Okay.
A couple of them was like what you're saying.
Okay.
And a couple were in between. But the main thing is you're looking at it as in a prism of right now. You have to look at it in a prism of later.
Okay.
Reason why is we're not doing it for right now. We're doing it for the future. Such and such, let's just take a Zion Williams, for instance.
Gotcha.
Zion Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a Zion Williams college athlete. And it's, why you got it like up in it? You like it like that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It looks weird. What is it? You take a Zion Williams and let's equate him to football. And somebody who's like a dynamic, outstanding, football player. But he's in high school, of course. And he doesn't play basketball. He plays football. But when you hear about a high school football player that's so touted, a high school football player is being talked about on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? Just him. And everybody across the country wants him. Everybody. But let that dude, that one that has that notoriety already and hasn't played a college game yet, let him go to Morehouse.
Okay.
Let him go to Howard.
Okay.
Let him go somewhere like that. And then, you forgot his cousin. His cousin is cold-blooded too.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, that dude's a quarterback, by the way. You know what I'm saying? He's a QB. So you forgot his cousin Leroy, who play at the other high school in the same hometown. He's a wideout.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to that same school. Or he goes to Morehouse. And what I'm saying is let it start being a trend of young Zion type, you know what I'm saying, young, super uber sick athletic cats, and they start going to HBCUs instead of Notre Dames and USCs and Ohio States.
I'm gonna tell you,
dude. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
That's what I'm thinking about. The whole, what I'm talking about earlier. The whole construct would change. Everything would fucking change.
Okay.
Everything.
All right.
Everything.
Okay.
Nike would drive past O State to get to Howard.
Okay.
They would drive past them.
Okay.
They would drive past the U to get to Bethune-Cookman.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
It could happen. The only way it could happen is if we do what everybody else does and stick the fuck together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
It can happen.
And I get what you're saying about that, but it's a few things where I disagree with you on that. Now, I understand you look into the future and stuff like that, and which is cool, and you should. We all should. I'm a realist, and what I see what's happening or whatever, like a lot of these schools who have been winning for the past decades or have a rich history in winning and having talent around them, they're going to go to those schools. You also got to understand, a lot of these kids now are kids' parents are getting paid up under the table because now how a lot of these parents are raising their kids, an investment, period. They putting all the money, time, and effort into them to play ball and stuff like that or whatever. So now when it comes to recruiting, when it comes time to picking a school or whatever, some of those parents are saying, what can you do for me? How much? I'm about to lose this house. What you got? Cam Newton's father, he $220,000 to renovate his church.
He was greedy.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I want him to go to HBCU schools and
Wait. I didn't hear that. For his church, he uses church?
Yeah, renovation. Look that up, man. I'm telling you. It was everywhere. That shit was all over the news, man.
His pops was a pastor?
Yes. Yes,
Jeez.
Man.
I knew he was like taking them to different schools. Like, you have to pay us this much, but I didn't know he uses church as part of it.
He took that money and renovated his church, man. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of these parents that are single household or living in poverty and stuff like that or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. They want to send their kids off to college and stuff like that. But if they living from check to check and they need, a little bit of money slid to them, whatever, some of these universities can do that. True. They just ain't got caught.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And then
it's just it gets swept under the rug.
Right. And then also whatnot, some of these HBCUs or whatever, are okay. Like their dads or their uncles, they see the roster. Okay, are you gonna put some talent around my son or my nephew? You know what I'm saying? Don't let him come from a high school who they've been winning state titles back to back to back and win all these consecutive games and stuff like that. Then you get to a smaller school, whatever, y'all not winning as much. Then your morale go down. Now you want to fucking transfer.
Well, hey, that happens with there's a lot of D1 players that they they were good enough to go to such and such Florida State. And then what ended up happening, they fucked up and they had to go to Marshall.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, come on now.
And
you could have been winning high school championships, but if you fucked up off the quarter field, that's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And what about the ones who didn't? And here's the other thing too. You said that's the whole point of my argument. It's not about the coaches the schools that paid them and didn't get caught. That thinking in and of itself is what's wrong with me. Is what's wrong. You shouldn't be in trouble for taking care of people that are doing you a service.
Yeah, but,
you know what I'm saying?
But that's the NCAA and their rules.
Oh,
Man.
no, that rule needs to change.
I mean, it does.
Did you hear what happened in
California?
Yeah, your favorite state?
No, well, second favorite.
Did you? So what you heard about them saying that if you want to pay your athletes, you can? I think that's beautiful.
I think it is too. And Tim Tebow was against that shit. He said it's going to ruin the college game. But my thing is this, if you a highly touted, recruit coming out of school and everybody wants you, and then you go to that, you pick the university you want to go to, and you may play for a year or a couple years there, you making them motherfuckers a shitload of money. You putting motherfuckers in the stands, tickets are selling.
Speak on it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you all on TV and shit like that.
They're using your likeness to sell shit.
You
don't
pretty much
dime.
That's why a lot of them LeBron, it would have made no sense for LeBron or Kobe to go to school. No sense whatsoever.
I think Kobe could have used it. LeBron didn't need it. Kobe could have used it. He could have. All he did when he first came in the league, bro. I don't know how much you weren't watching as much as I was. All he was a gunner and missed a lot. And didn't know how to include his teammates. But he really needed school. But he could have used it.
But that following season, that offseason, he said he trained real hard. He was looking at film and stuff like that, and he understood the game more. And he became better through time.
He became better every year he played, but what I'm saying is he didn't really get that until like fucking what year, bro? Because you forget he was there first, then Shaq came. No, I'm sorry, Shaq was already there when they drafted
he came,
him. But it's just like he didn't start playing good with Shaq until what, his third year? You know what I'm saying?
Third year, so that was like what, 99?
Yeah, 99, 2000. That's when he started playing good with Shaq.
Man, he
had been playing with him for 3 whole years and didn't know what to do.
I think his second year was better than his rookie year. Put it like that.
Of course it was, but that's not my point. My point was.
It made no sense for them to go to school. That would have made them so much money, man. And they was gonna miss out on money. You know what I'm saying?
I think some athletes do need to go to school to make their a lot of athletes need to go to make their game better. But you know what? I want to jump on what you had just said about that, saying that Tim Tebow said that they shouldn't get paid. Tim Tebow was the last person's opinion I would ask on that, just because, I don't need his opinion on it. This dude came from, wasn't his family like well off?
Might have been.
I think his family was well off, and he was a golden boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All QBs they don't get treated like the linemen. They don't get treated like the wideouts. They don't get treated like the backs. they get treated like fucking gods, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because they got to know everything.
Exactly, and it's just like, oh shit,
that's a hard position.
Sure you have everything. Do you need, mister? Sir, you good?
Yeah.
You need anything else? You need some food?
Captain of the team.
You need someone else to study the playbook? Do you did it? Like they just kissed a QB's ass on so much on all levels. I don't want his opinion. I want the opinion of the lowest rung person on the team. Hey, do you think you should get paid for being on this college team as much as you go into these classes? Yes, because you know why? This is a 1-year fucking scholarship. They tell y'all in the media it's 4. It's really 1. They can use me for this 1 year. If I do one thing they don't like, boom, I'm out the fucking door.
Hey, quick question. Quick question. If I mess up your show if I say I gotta use the bathroom?
Yeah, man. How we? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I just gotta hold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
How much time we got?
Wow, that's funny. You talk about Seriously, how bad you gotta go?
Real bad.
Real bad?
Extremely bad.
Wow.
Yeah,
this is great.
The Crown Royal Reserve, man.
Yeah, it's good. Why didn't you go before we started like I did?
I didn't have to go before.
Yes,
before
you
we
did.
started.
Wow.
So you're gonna tell me when I had to go?
You could have went. You should have done it like some people. I know these one people, they have a job where like they have to use it before they work.
I had to use it.
And then they go, you know what, go ahead, man. Go ahead, I'll hold it down.
You sure?
No, this is my show, so I'll do it.
Okay, cool. I'm about to say, no, I'm not ruining anything. Or nothing
no,
like
just
that.
hurry the fuck up.
Okay, hurry the fuck up. That's how you
So yeah, that's going to be the staple every time we have an emergency, folks, in the middle of High Off the Glasses, and one of my guests need to use it. I'm going to do the Jeopardy music. I think that's appropriate. I think that will make sense, and that will give the person enough time while I not filter. What's the word? Not flubber. Oh shit, flabber. What do they say in the? Oh shit, I'm missing the word. Well, you just basically waste time. Fill. That's it. Thanks, Roy from High Off the Glass from Laboratory Show. When you have to fill for someone because you don't have anyone else there, because the person you doing your show with, they forgot that they do an hour-long show, and they've been drinking because we drink and we smoke. This is this is High Off the Glass. We definitely smoke here, and we smoke before the show, and we drink during the show. And the person before and during, and the person forgot. Oh, maybe I should go before the show so I don't have to go during. But he didn't think like that. Another thing too about marijuana, folks, it's a good and a bad thing. But one thing it does do, it slows down, the functions in your body. So when you're smoking, you could feel like you need to use the bathroom, but by the time you finish the blunt, you don't feel like you gotta go no more. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that could be detrimental. But fucking, we carry on. But yeah, you have to remember, like sometimes, and it's kind of weird. You may not be hungry before you smoke, but after you smoke, you may be hungry. So that's just kind of how things work with, with marijuana, how the body works. I heard you as soon as you got in there, and it sounded like it was good to you. That's what it sounded like. Good goodness.
Shit. Yeah, it was great, man. Yeah, but like I was saying about the HBCUs, they just I don't know if they had the paper to compete with them big time schools, man. Especially these big time schools win national championship, more TV exposure,
right?
TV deals and stuff. You got the SEC network, you got the Pac-12 network, you got the ACC network. It's just more exposure out there. I mean,
you sound like you're part of the problem and not the solution. I swear to God.
I'm a realist. I see what's going on.
Of course, you have eyes. We all see that. But
right.
Again, you're not thinking. See, here's the thing.
That don't mean I'm not encouraging.
I know, but you don't sound like you're encouraging because all you're saying is how it is now.
No,
how it is now.
How it's been going. Yeah,
how it is
right,
now. You're talking about now because the motherfuckers never had networks before.
Right.
They never had networks.
And you're right.
This is all new.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But all I'm saying is, guess what? Morehouse could the SWAC. I think that's one of their conferences. The SWAC could get a damn network. It's just, and look, The NFL is half-ass helping. They show some HBCU games on NFL Network. They're starting to show a lot of.
And hopefully they do that with
Conference USA, like the conferences. A lot of conferences that you won't watch.
They do that with ESPN.
They show those
ESPN
games
too.
Yeah, and ESPN like yearly shows a HBCU game. They don't show as many. I remember back in the 90s, bro. Real talk. In the 90s and in the 2000s, they showed more. They showed more HBCU games.
So why? Okay, so why do you think they stopped? You know what I'm saying? Up to 2019.
I'll answer that in a second. Okay. And you know what I'll say too? In the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, HBCUs were strong. They weren't. They were stronger than what they are now. You know what I'm saying? They were strong to the point where, if a O State played them, or if a Penn State played them, or one of the white schools, if they played them, it wasn't going to be a cakewalk. Not like it is now. Now it's a fucking cakewalk. Okay. It's horrible now. All but right. back in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, it wasn't like that. Okay. I think the reason why it changed is because, I think these schools really got out of control with the stuff they could offer to. I mean, watch the 30 for 30 about SMU with Eric Dickerson and talk about this shit.
I seen that excess pony. Yeah,
oh my God, all the shit they offered him.
Exactly.
Like, good God.
Because they really wanted him,
good
and then they knew other schools couldn't do no shit like that.
With that shit.
Exactly.
It's like, that's when it gets flamboyant and flagrant, and that's kind of what I'm saying.
And that's why the HBCUs cannot compete with those big time schools, especially they're getting TV deals. What do you think these recruits is telling these dudes?
We agree on that. We say the same thing.
That's talking to these high school dudes, man. You come here, we got this, we got that, we got this, we got. No, don't go over there or whatever. You can compete for a conference championship, a national championship. You get a big ring. We had this many people that came out of the NFL from our school and shit like that. They're just doing more. I'm not saying in the future it won't happen with the HBCUs, but more I'm thinking is like this. Now, you just sat up there and said they showed more games in the past. Why do you think that stopped? Why?
I just told you why.
Okay, that was your opinion, right? Okay, yeah. Cool.
And you're saying the same thing I'm saying.
I'm saying the reason why it stopped, they can't compete.
That's what I said.
And I said that before you said that.
Yeah. But you asked me the question. I said that's why, because they started getting flamboyant with the shit they were offering.
Right.
Hence the Pony Express like that. You give motherfuckers oil rigs. You offering oil rigs to go to somebody's school?
I'm gone.
Like that's
I'm gone. I'm telling my daughters to go right ahead.
I hear you, and I hear you, and you know what I'm saying. And a lot of folks would not be mad at you, but this is where you have to. You almost have to make the decision. It's not for you. It's for the betterment of other folks. You know what I'm saying? Like this, what has to happen for my scenario to work, for that Zion type football player, a lot of factors have to be in place. He can't be from poverty. If he's from poverty, then the decision will be made already. We have to take this deal because this is better and this is more for my family. So I get that, but we need somebody who's not from poverty, from a great middle class family, whose both parents, he's been raised with good morals, and they don't need to take the best deal. They take whatever is good enough for their child and helps their child. You know what I'm saying? Not something that benefits every fucking body. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not as much as he could get at the U, or what he could get at Florida State, so be it. You know what I'm saying? You just take it, and it's to make other cats go there. That's all it is. It's for that. It's to pave a lane so more young players can see. Or more black families can see, maybe we should go there. That's what it's for, bro.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen in the future, and you're gonna see more and more of this shit, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna see a lot more transfers that came from big time schools that were highly touted going to that school.
Going to what school?
For example, Francois, that one quarterback that was at Florida State the past 2 years or whatever. He kept getting hurt. And then he ended up losing his job to a backup or whatever. Okay. I think he was like a freshman. He played for Hampton now.
Okay. There you go.
Where's Hampton?
Hampton, that's in Virginia.
Okay.
At
So
the university, HBCU.
so
damn
let me
right.
so let me ask you this.
So wait. So I like that. So that's what you think is going to happen in the future? That more players are going to instead of transferring from these schools that everybody know, they're going to start going to HBCUs.
Exactly.
Nice. What position is he?
Quarterback.
Nice.
I think his name is DeAndre Francois.
Okay.
You're going to see a lot more transfers.
Okay.
You know, but as far as like the 5 stars and 4 stars coming out of high school, that's going to be tough on the HBCUs, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough.
It is.
Because like I said, like we both said, a lot of those big time universities, man, they just got so much more to offer.
I know.
Now, if these cats get hurt or, you know, they don't get immediate playing time, you know, then it's a possibility a 5-star may go to the HBCU. Now the chances that I don't know, it's slim to none. But coming out of high school, it's going to be tough for the HBCUs in the future.
I think what you're saying, your first initial point of more transfers doing it is probably you're right. I think that's more likely because you look at guys that have transferred now and of how much it's helped their career. Jalen Hurts, Russell Westbrook. You know, Tagovailoa, Viola, he's still there, right? He never moved. He's still,
two ain't going nowhere.
Two ain't going nowhere.
I'm about to say
he going straight from there to the NBA.
He the reason. He's
to the NFL.
He the reason why Jalen Hurts left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just like you can name a gang of them dudes who just transferred and went to different schools and got the playing time and got the exposure they wanted that they needed, and it helped. You know what I'm saying? I think Vince Young was one of them. No, he was at Texas the whole time.
Yeah, he was Texas.
Okay, I'm tripping. But yeah, there's so many of them. You know what I'm saying? That they did that, and it actually did help. So you know, I think that's some hope, man. That it could trickle down. You know, and instead of you going from Wisconsin to NC State, go from Wisconsin to damn, Grambling. And Grambling used to be a powerhouse, man.
Used to be
a power fucking house. Like real talk, like when them schools would play them, they didn't want to pay because Grambling would get in that ass, and you didn't want to go to Louisiana and play them. You wanted them to come to you. You wanted them to come to where you at. You did not want to go to fucking Louisiana. Come on now, man. Yeah. Super Bowl MVP, winning quarterback. Yeah. First African, man, that's my boy Doug Williams. Stand up. Shout out to Doug Williams forever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Man. And he coaching them right now. Yeah. Man, come on, man. Don't act like HBCUs wasn't never shit.
No, I never said that. But what I'm saying is just it's gonna be hard for them to compete with these big time schools with highly top 5-star, 4-star recruits.
I know you say that.
Even a 3-star. You know what I'm saying?
We go look, jump into it. You right, but I want to advance the conversation. You saying the same point. One thing I wanted to bring up, speaking on NCAA, did you see this? This was not talked about, but was huge. NCAA, maybe about a month and a half ago, came out with a rule that they would not let agents talk to NCAA players unless they had college degrees. And they worded it some type of sophisticated way that's literally all it meant. And you know why they did that? You know who they were trying to target?
Who?
Maverick Carter. Fucking LeBron's boy. They were trying to target Maverick because I want to say they got Zion. Do they have Zion? Is he with Clutch Sports?
I don't know.
No, I don't think No, he's not with Clutch Sports. He was with somebody else. He was with some white woman, and he sued them because he wanted to go with somebody else. But it was just like they literally did. Yeah, try to make it quieter, bruh. We got microphone. Yeah, make it a little quieter, right on.
It was all up in your ear.
Yeah,
my bad.
He's microphone sensitive, bruh. Right.
Testicles 1 2. Testicles 1 2.
Push the spit cover. Push it closer to the mic. There you go. Right on. But it's just like they literally did that. They literally did that to target him. And guess what happened with that? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Guess what happened with that? The NBA PA, the Players Association, denounced that. They said, we're not going for that. We're not going with that at all. And all the agents bound together and said, we're not going for that. We're not at all. Because I guess they got some kind of alliance amongst each other. I couldn't believe that they would, but they do. But that was basically, Maverick, we see that they're trying to screw you over. Fuck them and fuck that. We got your back. We're not going to go for that. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was kind of cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. We see that they're obviously trying to discriminate and push Maverick out the box because Clutch Sports is getting, is coming up.
It's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger and bigger by the moment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have a good roster of talent, and for the NCAA, it's almost like, oh, you think you guys can just come in here and take over our business, or not take over our business, but come and infiltrate our business? We don't like that. We're going to stop you, and we're going to put this rule in. But everyone else around them said, no, you're not. We're not going for that.
It's funny because before Maverick Carter, it was World Wide West.
Yes,
that was because a lot of those colleges, you know what I'm saying, some of those assistants knew him. Yeah. That's how John Cal had found Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
through him.
I think Wall too, wasn't it?
No, I don't know. Maybe Wall, but also DeWine Wagner, because DeWine Wagner was World Wide West's, I think, nephew.
And here's the thing that I didn't get with Wes. Wes never was a agent for real though, was he? He wasn't. I think he was just a dude that connected people.
Yeah.
I wonder why he never was an agent.
Being an agent is babysitting, man. If you seen the show Ballers. Have you seen the show?
That's funny you brought that up. I used to love Ballers in season 1, and then season 2 came around and it got whacked.
Yeah, it got a little bit boring, but from what I take from the whole agency thing or whatever, it's just babysitting. That's why Master P wasn't an agent when what was it when New Orleans had got Ricky Williams back in the day?
He was his agent right there.
No, but the thing was he didn't want to. He was saying
do all that.
He didn't want to do that.
It's a lot of work.
He was like, man, it's like babysitting, man. And me looking at Ballers, he got a point. I think it's like babysitting.
It may be babysitting to a certain extent, but it's also like it's the minutia of it is you have to know the shit out of those contracts.
Yeah.
You have to set your people up with good deals.
Right.
You have to set up their life for the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Right.
If you can't do that, the little intricate things to make that happen, then don't do that,
Right.
And that's the problem. People that don't want to do those little things and those little things that are later big things, they don't want to do that shit, and that's why the person ends up getting fucked up.
And it's not even really about the money. The money has a big part to do with it, you know what I'm saying? But it's your client's character, right? Because a lot of these cats, they get some money in their pocket or whatever, they wild out, man.
Yeah,
and you gotta be the voice in their ear, like, hey, you need to leave that alone.
Yeah,
go sit down somewhere.
Yeah,
they have to do that a lot because a lot of these cats, when they get paid, man, they get comfortable and they be wilding the fuck out, doing whatever the fuck they want.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. What else you wanted to get off your chest while we here?
What else I want to get off my chest? The Cowboys, they ain't played nobody yet. They're going to get into the meats of their schedule.
You talked about that already.
Yeah. So once they get into the meat of the schedule, then we'll see where they at, because these Cowboys fans are just obnoxious.
I'm sick of the Cowgirls. What else you got?
Another tough battle at home versus Tampa Bay.
Boy, I tell you one thing. You Rams, y'all basically choked that game. Y'all almost choked that game away. It's a good thing. What you call it? What's his name?
Oh, Eric Weddle coming up and hitting Nick Chubb to stop him from getting a first down. Yeah, that's what's up.
That was huge.
Shout out to Eric Weddle.
But what I'm saying is, it's a good thing that Baker and Cleveland don't know what they're doing yet, because y'all would have easily lost that game. Okay. Like the only difference I saw between Goff and Baker, the only difference I saw was years in the league. That's literally the only difference. Yeah. Like Baker's probably more talent, more athletic than dude. He's probably a better athlete than Goff. Goff is so fucking basic. He's so basic.
He's a system.
Bro.
He's a system QB for that system. I mean, it's really
Brad Johnson.
It's really the coach.
That motherfucker's Brad Johnson.
It's really the coach, man.
Almost Trent Dilfer.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this, man. He
got a little cannon. But God, he's basic.
But I'm gonna tell you who a little bit better than him that McVay was getting together was Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins.
When did McVay mess with Kirk Cousins?
When
they were in DC?
When he, I think so in DC because
I think he was in DC.
Yeah, because he was an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So he had got him together. And I remember Kirk Cousins shouting him out, for getting his career together and stuff like that. But I think if Kirk Cousins was in that system, I think the Rams would probably be a little bit better.
Probably so.
I mean, Jared Goff, he averaged or whatnot.
If Cap was in y'all system, y'all be better. Shit.
But Cap is not all that accurate, dog.
He's more. I think he could be just as accurate.
He's more athletic. He's more athletic. I give him
clearly. He can be just as accurate as Goff. He can be just as accurate, and he's more athletic, and he can make some shit happen with his legs.
Yeah,
like come on,
he's more, he's more athletic.
Shit.
I mean, Jared Goff, he's perfect for that system, but
he's not that accurate.
And I mean, he's not that accurate, but I mean, he had 100 plus passer rating for the past 3 years. I'm about to say completion percentage over 63% past 3 years or whatever. I think he's pretty accurate, somewhat accurate.
What's his touchdown to pick ratio?
Touchdown to pick ratio, I think it was like what?
Because that's the real thing. That QBR shit don't mean no motherfucking thing.
So why they got it?
Don't mean a motherfucking thing to me.
To you. Okay,
because it's really a bullshit stat. It's really a bullshit stat. To me, the most thing that's important, bro. What is he averaged in the last 3 years in passing yards, and what's his touchdown to pick ratio? Because that's how
the past 3. You said the past 3 years.
Look it up.
Oh, I ain't gotta look it up. I can probably say.
Cool.
I'm about to say. So you said past the year, his average touchdown to interception ratio. I probably say it's probably poor because he does throw a lot of picks. Now his average yards or whatnot last year it was like 4,600. Year before that was like I think maybe 3,500 to 39.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But he just got to get his picks low.
Yeah.
But we have problems right now the offensive line because Saffold, he went to Tennessee. He got to deal with that. We couldn't pay him, and then John Sullivan, the center, he hurt. So we got 2 new dudes. That's why Cass is able to penetrate like that and able to get to him and force them fucking fumbles.
Cool. Fuck Kroenke. In any money venture or like business he has, you know what? And I'm saying fuck your team. I don't want to say fuck your team because I don't want to hate you, but fuck Kroenke, man.
It's all, man. Listen,
it
man,
was shitty how he did. It was shitty the way he did my city. The way he did the city, I rest my head, and I've lived in for the last 18 years.
I don't like it either.
The way he did us, I mean, it was fucked up.
It was
just wrong. It was, and I couldn't. I think, and the thing about you is, man, if you went to any other place besides your second home, which is LA, you wouldn't be with it. You wouldn't be with it.
I guess the world will never know. I guess the world will never know, huh?
You sound like the fucking owl at the end of the Tootsie Roll commercial. One, 2, 3. I remember that shit from back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Watching them commercials and them on cartoon. Saturday morning. Oh, real quick. Saturday morning only. What's your favorite Saturday morning cartoon?
My favorite had to be X-Men. Had to be.
I don't think that was Saturday morning though. That was after school. That was after school, done. That was on Fox after school.
Nah,
They came on Saturday morning too, though. Yep, they came.
Yeah,
on.
You
never used to catch them after school?
I probably did, but I'm about to say the X-Men, that version where they had Morph. You remember him, Morph? I think he died like the first or second episode by a Sentinel. He used to like transform like.
Are you talking about the one from the 90s or?
Yeah, the 90s. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
The music was like.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I don't remember no more.
Yeah, he died like the first, second episode because that was like Wolverine's best friend. Yeah,
word. He had a best friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Logan don't have no friends.
Yeah. I remember that. What was your favorite?
Back in the day?
Yeah, Saturday cartoon.
I go Saturday morning because I just keep it to like cartoons that were just on Saturday mornings.
Yeah,
and I like the Hanna-Barbera joints,
like Flintstones and stuff. Yogi Bear. Not Tom and Jerry. That wasn't Tom and Jerry. Johnny Quest. You used to watch Johnny Quest?
Nothing like Johnny Quest. Hanna-Barbera. When I say Hanna-Barbera, I mean like Scooby-Doo. I mean like fudge. What was the other ones? They had the ones with the monsters. They had another kind with Caveman.
Okay.
The caveman dude, he used to fly around and shit with the stick.
I know what you're talking about.
Hanna-Barbera had like a Jetsons. shit like that. I mean, those probably weren't just exclusively for Saturday morning, but I just remember watching the shit out of them on Saturday mornings. Those were my shit. Like Hanna-Barbera, like they had about a 2-hour block of just they shit.
So what was your favorite cartoon on Saturday morning? Just one?
Oh shit! Like just on Saturday morning
just
or overall?
Just on Saturday. Same question you asked me. I'm asking you on Saturday morning.
I just said the Hanna-Barbera joints.
Yeah, you said Hanna-Barbera joints. I said just one cartoon, one that just stood out from everybody else.
Oh fuck! All right, Smurfs. Smurfs, bro. I'm an '80s baby, done. I'm an '80s baby. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And this literally. Look.
I straight used to watch that shit.
Smurfs was the shit.
Yeah, that's why I started laughing.
Bro, Smurfs with a bowl of Rice Krispies and some bananas in that shit. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Crazy, man.
Nothing. But look, this was me. My joint was, what is it? It was like when I'm on NBC. Had the last two cartoons before it went to like regular TV, and for me on the East in Massachusetts, Springfield, Mass, where I'm from, it was Spider-Man and Friends and the Incredible Hulk, and they had them two back to back at like 11 o'clock, 11 and 11:30.
Now, did you watch the Incredible Hulk, the old school?
Yeah, fuck
the
yeah.
Old school,
fuck yeah, with Bill Bixby?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That was my shit. That was my shit. You know what I'm saying? That one dude was chasing him, trying to figure out who is this guy? Me and my grandma used to watch the shit out of that.
Yeah. Hold on. I thought the old school Hulk was Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, but Bill Bixby was David Banner. He was Banner, remember? Matter of fact, on that show, his name, because in the comic book, his name was David Banner, and on that show, his name was Bruce Banner.
Yeah, it's Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner.
Right.
But when he would change from Bruce, he would be Lou Ferrigno. You know what I'm saying? He was the Hulk. Yeah. And when he went back to regular, he was Bill Bixby, Bruce Banner.
I get what you're saying. My bad. Okay.
Trust.
Yeah,
I know about that shit.
Yeah.
Me and my grandma used to watch the shit out that, bruh.
You sure right.
That was me and my grandma joint, bruh. Shout out to my man. I miss my grandmother so much. Me and my grandmother used to watch the dopest shows in the 80s, bruh. Like she would watch all the shit you don't expect the grandmothers to watch. Like my grandmother will watch, what is it, Magnum PI with me.
My great grandma used to watch that.
Knight Rider with me. My great grandma used to watch with that. Me. You know what I'm saying? You remember all them shits?
I remember my great grandma put me up on all that shit, man. She be up there cutting coupons, and watching all that shit, man. I remember all those shows that she ever
Fall
that she
Guy
watch.
Out this bitch.
Yeah, man. Her soaps. I about to say.
Oh hell, no, my grandmother didn't. She didn't. I was so good.
Three's Company.
She saved me of them soaps. The only time I caught them soaps is when I went over I had to get babysitted by somebody. And that's why I had to watch them Babbage ass soaps.
Yeah,
but
said Babbage.
But they were garbage. But the last one, yeah, it was Spider-Man and Friends and Incredible Hulk. Those were my two joints. Yeah. And my grandmother used to watch all my cartoons with me. And when Incredible Hulk would change from on a cartoon, I don't know why it was scared the shit out of me. I was mad young, but that shit was scared the shit out of me. But yeah. Those are my two. What was your two favorite Saturday morning only cartoons?
It had to be X-Men, and it had to be.
Oh yeah, you said X-Men.
Yeah. X-Men and maybe Spider-Man. I think.
Which Spider-Man?
It wasn't the dope version how the shit is
real?
now. It was old school like
they had so many damn Spider-Man cartoons.
They had a lot, man.
Shit.
They gonna keep it rolling with all these cartoon and shit.
They always, because that's never gonna stop being make some money,
especially with the movies and shit.
Hell yeah! And I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm not biased because I'm an '80s baby, but I'm telling you, the one that I used to watch back in the '80s with my Grammy. That motherfucker right there, that Spider-Man joint was the best because it was Spider-Man and Friends. So you had, I think her name was Fire Girl, and you had Iceman from the X-Men was on that shit. Like that was his boy and shit. Bro, it was hard as hell. Bro, shit.
So let me ask you this, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what's the final score Sunday's game? The Patriots versus the Bills. What's your final score?
Why you want to know that?
I'm curious. I just want to know.
And they play this Sunday, right?
Yeah, I want to know your final score on Sunday. Your Pats versus the Bills. What's the final score?
Bills look pretty good this year, but our defense is stout. We have like the number one pass defense, the number one rushing defense. Our defense is stout as can be right now. I'm gonna go 31. Probably similar to the score against the Jets, probably 31-16. New England. Yep, I'll do that. Hopefully 31-8. 31-8. If they can keep them under 10, I'd be happy. But our defense is stout. But man, if they could keep them under 10.
Another question I gotta ask you, and
why you want to know that?
I'm just curious. I'm just
okay.
Okay.
I like when you ask me questions.
Yeah. Sometimes it's interesting.
Get a fan's perspective.
Well, no, a Patriots fan's perspective. How about that? In the mind of a Patriots fan.
Right on.
So
that'll work.
I want to know how and why Jamie Collins.
Oh yeah, we got him back.
How does it work that they traded him away to Cleveland?
Yeah. I was sad when that happened.
And he was gonna ball there.
He was.
And he come back to the Patriots.
Yeah.
And Bill Belichick is just giving him all the praises in the world. And he the one that got rid of him. Isn't Bill Belichick a GM? Like coach / GM? Sort of?
He isn't, but he kind of is.
He's like, he
doesn't have the GM title, but he is.
He makes decisions like a GM.
Fudge, yeah. Yeah. The reason why he's giving them all props is because Jamie knew what they was doing, and Jamie said as much. They traded me away to save money. They just did that because they knew it was time for him to get paid. They traded him away. He was an asset. They got another great asset in exchange.
He was asking for more money, wasn't he?
He was.
Okay.
It was time for him to get paid.
Okay.
And that's the one thing that happens in New England. It's one of two things. It's either you talk too much about getting paid, or it's time to pay you and they can get something else for you. It's one of those two things. It's rarely they pay you. You know what I'm saying? It's rarely they pay you.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they do though. Ask Tom Brady. Ask McCourty. Ask the McCourty twins. Ask. I think Edelman just got a new. Did he just get a new deal? I want to say Edelman, but they pay certain people.
They paid Dante Hightower, didn't they?
Sure the hell did. You know what I'm saying? They pick and choose. They not everybody, but it's usually you talk too much about getting paid, so we got rid of you, or it's time for you to get paid,
and it's time to get rid of you.
And we it's time to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying?
Save some money.
And he said some stuff on his way out that I was like, oh shit, he may not ever come back to us.
Mm-hmm.
But when it was available for them to get him back, they got less. I think they picked. He wasn't released by Cleveland. Did they trade to get him back?
I think they might have traded him, dog.
Yeah,
I ain't sure.
And this is how the Patriots always stay one step ahead of the entire league. They always give less to get what they gave. If you get what I'm saying,
I definitely get what you're saying.
They always give less. If they gave a second round to make the trade, they give a fucking fourth or a third. They always do that in exchange. They're so fucking smart. They're so smart, bro.
And then
it's not cheating. It's just being smart. And people don't realize that shit because all they see is the winning and all they see is the championships and why they always there and why they don't. Y'all don't pay attention to. You do because you know football, but most fans don't pay attention to the subtle nuances of we traded away Richard Seymour. We shouldn't have done that because Richard was good, but look what we got. Look at all these picks. And these picks we use to get Patrick Chung and to get a McCarty and to get this.
Is Patrick Chung back?
Patrick Chung been back. He been back with us.
He
got a championship last year.
He got hurt though. He wasn't in the game.
He got a ring. He played in the first half. He got hurt in the first quarter.
But the only reason
hurt in the first quarter.
Yeah, I remember that.
He played in the game.
The only reason why I asked about him because I was reading this article about him getting indicted in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, about that coke charge. Yeah.
Is he in the clear?
They don't know yet.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big.
You know what I'm saying? But he'll be all right. It ain't that big a deal. And you notice how nobody's talking about it?
Exactly.
Nobody's talking about it.
I read that motherfucker once. And after that, I ain't heard shit about it again.
Because you know why? Because certain players know how to... They know how to either... The teams either tell them or they already know. Let me just shut up and be quiet. And do what the fuck they tell me to do and stay the hell off of social media and stay the hell away from the limelight and I'll be all right. Some players get it and some don't. And there's one that hasn't gotten it yet, and I love this dude because I wish to God he was still with us, but he hasn't figured that quite out yet. And we know who it is, and wish we still had him, but yeah. All right, bro. Well, I'm gonna bring this puppy to an end, man. What you think?
Go Rams, man.
All right, man. Oh, Jesus, you see how we do. You know what? Usually in the show, what are you blowing on right now? Matter of fact, we didn't even talk about that.
What am I blowing on?
Yeah, what you blowing? What's the last shit you had?
What was it? Shit. Cock and Balls OG.
Ew, what? I wouldn't even want to smoke that. The fuck you doing?
Hey, man, that's what it was.
Bruh, seriously?
Yeah, Cock and Balls OG.
Why is it named that?
I don't know.
Did it smell like cock and balls?
I don't know what cock and balls smell like other than mine, so I don't know.
Yes, you do. Shit, you know how they smell when they get sweaty?
Yeah, mine. I don't know.
Exactly.
And it was cool. I mean,
why they call it that?
I don't know. I mean, I got high, so I was straight. I mean, it threw me off. It threw me off too. I was like,
right.
Damn.
I wasn't expecting that.
I said,
bro.
damn, Cock and Balls OG. That's crazy. Wow.
It was good though.
Yeah, it was pretty smooth.
Word. What is it? A sativa or an indica?
Indica.
Wow, for real. I wanna.
As a matter, take it back. It was a hybrid.
It's a hybrid. Oh,
yeah.
both. Yeah. Everything's a fucking hybrid now. I want some pure shit. You know what I mean? I want some pure shit.
Together.
I'm gonna tell you like this though. What I gotta see that first, and I wanted the origin of that name because I got a feeling the grower maybe did some weird shit. He just put his cock and his balls on the plant while it was growing. I don't know.
Probably.
You know
Probably had hairy nuts and all that good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that just kind of turned me off. I'm still gonna be smoking though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap this thing up, and you got a reason why St. Louis, wrap it up the way we usually do. Give a reason why St. Louis should have a NBA team here.
It's gonna bring the whole city out. That stadium is gonna be packed every night. There's a basketball
That's
game.
right. That's right.
We haven't had
That's
a
right.
basketball team in decades. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
And it's kind of hard for us to get a basketball team only because of the Cardinals and the town being a baseball team, and then the Blues just won Stanley Cup. But I just really think the NBA would be good for the city. It's going to provide more jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for a lot of these cats who are unemployed and out here doing stupid shit, and it's going to bring a cooler atmosphere for the wife, the kids, everybody to come out and support the team, man. That would be great. The city would be on fire every night if we had a basketball team. That should be a great experience.
He said night, so you know how. I mean, look, you hear it, night, not every night.
Yeah.
Night.
Right. So what you
night,
so what you want me to say, B? Huh? You want me to bug out or something? You want me to wild out or something, B? Done?
Don't try to say words you don't know how they go and how they mean.
Yeah. Dunny. Yeah.
Hey, that's my boy right here. Yo, Slick, I appreciate you coming through, man.
I appreciate you having me.
And that is you more than welcome. And that was a great reason why St. Louis does need a basketball team. We will be there every night. The energy in that place would be electric. The city would be on fire for it. You know what I mean? It'd be in fuego.
Man, it would bring out all of the thick, bad women that you've never seen before. It will bring them all out because women love basketball players.
That's true. Wow, I didn't think about there's another reason. The finer women will come out.
Yeah, the basketball guys got the better chicks than the football guys. Man.
And women, guess what? You know what? Men love basketball, so we'd be out regardless. All right, yo, yo, as you silly.
Hey, man.
Hey, shout out to Slick. Thank you for coming through.
Right on. Thanks for having me, brother.
Thank you, all of y'all, for listening to another episode of High Off the Glass. Y'all, you know how we end every episode. Keep hooping. Peace. We out.